Those of you who like rocks, gems, geodes, stones, and all of the above, this deck is pretty much perfect for you. Or if you like the OTK, FDK style, this is also a good deck. I've gone back and forth with building Gem Knights for a long time. I liked them and I didn't like them. Didn't think they would get a link, but they did. So here it is, my Gem Knight profile. This deck I think will be much more back up to speed as it once was when Master Rule 5 starts in April. Since you play so many fusions, and vanilla is really helping this deck. Tourmaline is just a good beater, and lapis mainly helps you go into your Lady Lapis Lazuli to burn for some damage. Obsidian and lazuli are your technically fusion materials you want to use the most of. Obsidian, when it's sent from hand to grave through a card effect, you can target vanilla in your grave, bring it out, and lazuli lets you do the same thing, but it goes to your hand. The greatest part about lazuli, in that she's also a level 1, is that if she's sent to the graveyard by any means, so whether she's sent from the deck or hand or field, I guess, as long as it's through a card effect, you can get vanilla back to hand. So really good there. Armadillos are searcher for the deck. You normal him, search a Gem Knight. Can't search himself, which kind of sucks. He's not once per turn, so if you can normal him twice, you get 2 searches, I suppose. The downside with him is just he makes the deck a little slower than I would like it to be, but I like him at 3. 3 Block Dragon, probably the most broken card in this deck. You banish 3 earth monsters from your hand and or grave to bring them out. He provides protection from all your rocks, so they can only be destroyed by battle. And if he's sent to the if he's sent to the graveyard from the field, you can search up to 3 rock monsters whose total levels equal 8. And which is really nice in the Gem Knights, because your obsidian, your tourmaline, your lazuli, they're all different levels, so you have so many options. You can easily search all 3 monsters, or you could even search himself. Being able to bring him back also from the graveyard is nice, so you could foolish him and get him out that way. He's just a great card to have, very powerful too. Crystal Rose is another target you could search because it's rock and it's light, so you can make your seraphinite plays. It's a soft once per turn. When it's on the field, you can just mill a Gem Knight monster from your deck to graveyard, and its name becomes that. So really good when you want to go into your specific targets for your Gem Knight fusion plays. And if it's in the graveyard, you can hard once per turn banish a fusion monster and bring this card out. So really good with that. 1 Tackle Crusader. It's kind of my tech card of choice. If it's sent to the graveyard by any means necessary, you can either flip an opponent's monster face down, or you can bounce a face-up spell or trap card your opponent has to the hand. And if you do that second effect, they cannot activate that card during the turn. So if it's a continuous spell, I guess, or trap, or it doesn't really matter, honestly, or a I guess it would have to be face up, but nonetheless, it's just really good removal. 3 Rabbit, this gets you out your vanillas very quickly. Best card you would want to normal summon is this, and it's just a 1 card Phantom Quartz, so it really gets your game going. The last 2 monsters I play are Gilasaurus. I honestly think this card's broken. Not ban level worthy, but the fact that you can just special it for free is awesome. Yes, your opponent can target 1 monster in their graveyard and bring it out, but if you do this first turn, because Gem Knights sometimes like to go first, you can go second. It depends. If you want to do an OTK or FTK, it depends. You can do whatever in this deck, and that's something I like about it. So yeah, if you go first, your opponent won't have a target. So it's a free monster. It's an earth, so you have some plays there. And I like it because it's a dinosaur, and it's really good for making Curious, because Curious just mills more cards, so that's always fun. As for spells, you have to play Gem Knight Fusion. Unfortunately, if your opponent negates this with like Curse of the Forbidden Spell, what else? I guess the Solums. But if you can't get access to this card, or Called by the Grave, if you can't get access to making your fusion with this, you're screwed. It's GG. You could play it at 2. I had it at 2, but 3 is just kind of nice, especially if you have to ditch 1 in any case, or you just mill it by accident. And you can always just get it back to your hand by banishing a Gem Knight, which is no loss to you because Phantom Quartz can fusion summon from the banished zone. 3 unexpected die to get out your vanillas faster. 3 called by the grave. This just helps you stop your opponent from ashing you or drolling locking you. I mean, really anything. Because you want your plays to go off in this deck. 3 drag down into the graveyard. I'm considering cutting this completely. What I'm thinking about doing is taking out 2 of these and replacing these with a super poly and using this third one as like a hand or card destruction. Not really sure yet. I think when Master Rule 5 comes into place, I'll do an updated version, probably with those cards. But drag down is nice because it's no real loss to what you put in the grave, and it's just, annoys your opponent, so it's just a really fun card to play there. 1 foolish to mill anything. I mean, you have block dragon, you have tackle crusader. I mean, it's really anything. It's just a solid bait out too. So yeah, why not? And 1 reasoning. I highly doubt your opponent will ever declare the right level, so getting a free monster on board and piling up your graveyard is also terrific. That does it for the main deck. That is 40 cards. I always like to play 40 cards in my decks. No traps this time, of course, because you really just, want to go fast with this deck. As for the extra deck, we start off with 2 Gem-Knight Phantom Quartz. When you link summon him, you can search any Gem-Knight card, get it to your hand, and then he has his bonus effect where you can pay 1,000 life, and you can fusion summon a Gem-Knight fusion monster by shuffling the materials listed on it into your deck that are banished or in the graveyard, but it can't attack directly this turn. Really good effect. I wish he had just a little bit more attack. 1450 is nothing to be too proud about, but the arrows, him being rock, just being able to search is absolutely awesome. Mrs. Radiant will boost all your earth monsters, so might as well play that. Curious, kind of hard to make because you need 3 monsters with different types. It's doable. And essentially when you bring it out, you can mill any card, and then when that happens, you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So very powerful in that sense. And then if it leaves the field from your opponent, you can add any card in your grave back to your hand, which is absolutely broken. So very fun there. 1 Link Spider just to get your vanillas out faster. And of course, the fusions. I mean, this is Gem Knights. You have to play fusions. 2 Lady Lapis Lazuli. You send any Gem Knight from your main deck or extra deck to the graveyard to burn your opponent for 500 for each special summon monster on the field. So essentially, you can just win game with this. You can recycle it and then banish it off of Master Diamond to go into even more burns. 2 Zirconia, just because it's really good with abusing your rock monsters. 1 seraphinite to just take advantage of that extra summon if you can get it off. 1 prismaura, 1 Lady Brilliant, and 1 Master Diamond. Prismaura is just really good for face-up spot removal, and with Gem-Knight Fusion, you can just get it back and keep overloading that again and again. 1 Lady Brilliant, this just essentially is fodder for any other fusion you want to get out. So if you bring her out, you can send her, and you get any other Gem-Knight access to. So Seraphinite's a really good target in that case. Just extend your game. And Master Diamond I mainly just use as a beat stick, because it gains 100 attack for every gem monster in your grave. See, this is nice because it includes Armadillo. But also, you can banish a level 7 or lower Gem-Knight Fusion monster, and his effect and name becomes that. So really good at, like I said, extending your game and boosting your plays. These are options. I'm not really playing these in the extra deck right now because I don't have the targets to go into them. Aquamarine, when it's sent from field to graveyard, you can bounce a card, and Amethyst bounces all set spell and traps. These are more of a side fusion card, but I thought I'd run them in because they're also Gem-Knight Fusion monsters to go into. You can play them out as you will. Prismaura is just really nice for spot removal. We'll see about these 2. The remaining cards in the extra deck: 1 Emeral to recycle your monsters or get your vanillas on board, and 1 Gallant Granite to search any rock monster in your deck. So very 2 powerful rank 4s. And the last but monster is, of course, 1 Scarlight. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm the Rating Snail. See you guys later.